Welcome back, Flare community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible start to the week. Happy Monday and also happy anniversary. See what I did there? Almost a year ago, actually, on the 13th of July, the Flare network produced its first block. So pretty interesting stuff. How time flies. You know, a lot has happened since then. But yeah, what we're going to be doing today is jumping in straight to the news of the week. Just want to say hi to Anna. We've got Tara in the house. We've got Virgil. We've got Crypto Granny, TRT, Brian. Who else have we got in here? Death Ranger, of course, Jimmy Thing, Valiant Energy, aka John D. And FTSO EU. Hope you're doing well, Marco. I'm assuming that's you. We've got Michael R in the house as well. And yeah, you guys know the deal. We're going to do a quick fire news roundup of everything that's going on both on Songbird and the Flare network. But before we do, we're jumping into Flare metrics here to have a quick peek at this week's statistic, or the statistics for the signal providers so far. And there is some not so familiar faces, maybe familiar within the community, but you don't normally see them this high up on the leaderboard here. This is for the Flare network. We've got Aureus OX leading the way in first place. It's the first time I've seen them up here, actually, so congratulations to them. We've got Use Your Spark in second place. In third place, FTSO Plus. In fourth place, FTSO AU, who has actually sponsored the channel. And in fifth place, we have Nordso. So congratulations to them. And it's great to see some new faces breaking into the top 5 and refining their algorithm. Over on Sparkles, this is actually pretty interesting because it's sort of the same old story. We've got the Holy Trinity, as I like to call them, the top 3 projects here, all residing from the S-Toads project. So in first place, we have the S-Toads. In second place, we have Luxury Lofts. And in third place, we have Songbird City. Very interesting project with big things to come, I am sure. If it's anything to go by, the game, the Unreal Engine game built on the XRP ledger or interacting with the XRP ledger, it looks like we have some good things to come, especially with the metaverse that they're planning to build. In fourth place, we have the Fat Kittens. I'm going to talk a little bit about them in just a minute. And in fifth place, we have Angels Among Us, a new project that I'm not actually that familiar about, but yeah, that's the top 5 this week so far. For those who tuned into the Flare Community Lucky Claw NFT drop, we gave away 50,000 FLR. We gave away a Flare Community Poker Deck, Doodle Bunnies NFT, Johnny Lawrence NFT, and a Sparkton NFT. If you are the winner, please do get in contact with me because I can't send you the Flare Community Poker Deck without knowing your address. So contact me on Twitter or Discord and we will make it happen. Moving along here, for those of you who don't know, every single month there is a Flare drop. It's an airdrop of FLR, and the 5th installment actually happened just a couple of days ago. So if you are new to the Flare community and you are holding WFLR, which you should be, and obviously delegating, you can go and claim that via the Flare portal. Or in fact, you can claim it via many different applications. So be sure to claim that so you can start compounding and earning even more rewards. Here we go. So this is quite interesting, and this is true on both a physical and digital level. And this is a message from Hugo, or a tweet from Hugo. Shaky foundations are quick to build, but everything built on top of them will eventually fail. Trying to build solid foundations takes a lot of time and care. And I know a lot of people within the community are somewhat impatient when it comes to these foundational protocols on the Flare network, but it's really important that these things are right, because these are the foundations on which other developers can actually build upon. And he hashtags bridges here. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a second. Here we go. Who's hungry? The Layer Cake codebase, or the repository, was made public earlier this week. This is from Flare Labs, the separate entity from the Flare Network Foundation, and they've released a number of different repositories or code bases for public viewing. So they've got the F-asset system here, which came about maybe a month ago, I believe. I'll just quickly peek at that. The last commit was 1 month ago. So doesn't look like it's been actively updated. Maybe they're working on another big update behind the scenes, but that is now public for anyone that may want to develop a user interface, a website that can sort of interact with this protocol, right? And that's the same thing here with Layer Cake, which was recently released. Layer Cake, an ensured in-transit cross-network composability protocol. Quite a bit of a tongue twister, but it's basically a new way to bridge assets. And this is sort of one of the Flare network's secret sources, right? This is why we're all here, because the Flare network is touting the ability to connect everything. And that interoperability is something that is going to be really desirable moving forward in this ever-expanding ecosystem. Layer Cake is a brand new approach to cross-network bridging and composability. It's decentralized, which is very important because a lot of the bridges these days are centralized. It's fully insured, it's fast and composable. Layer Cake is decentralized, and operates trustlessly, meaning there is no single point of trust. You're not trusting a particular entity. It's decentralized in that way. There's no multi-sig, no governance role, no trusted party in the system. Very important. Assets are insured in transit on Layer Cake bridges. User funds are one-to-one protected by bandwidth collateral, whilst in transit between chains. Bandwidth can be used by paying a small fee. So we're going to have these bandwidth providers who are providing the collateral, and when a asset is bridged from one chain to another, you're going to have to pay a small fee for the privilege, and that fee gets paid to the bandwidth providers, or the bandwidth providers that are providing the collateral, right? Layer Cake has the fastest execution. The bandwidth collateral used to secure the bridging events allow for very low latency, trustless bridging, with none of the delays required by optimistic systems. And this is important because, you know, with traditional bridges, you've actually got to rely on the slowest chain, right? So we all know that Bitcoin is not the fastest, or let's just say Ethereum, for example, and you want to bridge that over to the Flare network. In traditional systems or traditional bridges, you're going to have to rely on the speed of the Ethereum network. But if everything's fully collateralized, things can really speed up, and that's another benefit of Layer Cake. Layer Cake has been designed to be composable. Custom code endpoints means actions can be automatically initiated on the destination chain as part of the bridging transaction. So Layer Cake overall is a new way to do bridges. It's going to be quite exciting because we haven't really seen a revolution in bridging for quite some time, and we've all got that to look forward to. This is what Hugo had to take away from the events that he attended and was speaking at. It was the DeFi Security Summit. He says that fundamentally, trusted bridges can never be safe because you're relying on someone or an amount of people. Maybe it's a multi-sig wallet, but you are putting your trust in one or more people in that sense. As an industry, we should be focusing on building trustless bridges, not making trusted bridges safer. And this is almost like a paradigm shift, right? It's a completely new way to do bridges, and Flare is pioneering the way. No major non-layer 1 or layer 2 bridges today meet the definition of trustless, and that's where Flare Network is stepping in. This is why I'm so excited about the network, because it's not just the same cookie cutter solutions. The Flare network is different in so many different ways, and this bridging protocol is just one of them. Told you I'd talk about it. It's the Fat Cat's recent airdrop. This is the Fat Kittens. I think this is the rarest one, actually. But they actually have a set of these, not this particular NFT, but a set of NFTs that have prizes involved with them. And if you got airdropped one of these, and you would have done so by holding a fat tiger, I believe, then you have a chance of potentially claiming one of these prizes. You can go to the-fat-club, the-fat-cats.club/winning numbers. In fact, you can find it over here on their Twitter. And this is a link of all the prizes. So if you hold one of these token IDs, you can see it here, the Fat Kitten ID. If you're holding one of these, be sure to check if your number is there, because you may have a prize that you may be able to claim. So just thought I would mention that. Just in case you do have one. Here's some great news coming from BlazeSwap, something that I've been waiting for quite some time now. Today is a great day for BlazeSwap's liquidity providers. Finally, they can claim the FLR airdrop. This has sort of been a restriction for DEXs on the Flare network, because I know a lot of people, they want to provide liquidity, and the biggest, most liquid pair is with FLR, right? It's the most liquid asset on the Flare network. Now, it's sort of a catch-22 where no one really wants to provide the liquidity without being able to claim the Flare drop, because the actual advantage of providing liquidity and accruing these fees is actually dwarfed by the Flare drop. So now you're going to be able to get both. If you want to provide liquidity, you're going to be able to earn the fees and simultaneously earn delegation rewards and also the Flare drop. So great news coming from BlazeSwap, and I'm hoping to see some more DEXs launch with this sort of functionality on the Flare network too. So congratulations to them. Staying on the theme of DEXs, we have this from Enosis. The Songbird to USDT, that's Tether liquidity pool, is now available for those who are interested. I believe that it's still the highest APY out of all the pools on the Songbird network, for Enosis anyway. This is really interesting because USDT, it's the first stablecoin that we have on the network. Obviously, Enosis launched the Canary dollars, and it wasn't so stable, but they're working on something like that to sort of fix that in the near future. They've got a big event coming up, but it's great to have something that is potentially stable. We all know about Tether and some of the funny business going on there, but it is quite well known. So I'm pretty happy with this because it sort of gives artists and NFT creators and people that are selling assets on the Songbird network, it gives them a way to price something in a way that is actually, not volatile, right? If you're placing something for sale with SGB or another asset, you don't really know which way it's going to go. So, yeah, very much welcomed. We also have this from Enosis. The actual bridge, it started off, I believe, at 1,000 USDT, and that actually priced quite a few people out, but the minimum has now been reduced to 100 USDT or Tether. So if you are interested, I actually have a video on this, on how to do it, not with USDT, but with XDC. It's pretty much the same. All of the processes are the same. And in fact, I was getting quite a few comments on that video saying, can I do this with Bifrost? Because I went through the process with MetaMask here on my desktop. But as with any Web3 website, it doesn't really matter. You can do it on all applications. You just need an application where you can connect your wallet. So that could be through Bifrost via the Bifrost in-app browser. It could be through Decent. It could be MetaMask like I use, or Ledger or anything like that, This is pretty interesting. Bifrost integrate XDC. This is a new addition to the quite wide and diverse range of assets that they support. And again, this is good news for anyone that may be wanting to use the bridge functionality for Enosis here. to sort of enter the liquidity pools or bridge their XDC over to the Songbird network. So pretty interesting stuff, a great addition. And staying on the theme of wallets, there is an offer here by Decents for one of these cards. This is an all-in-one card. It's basically a hardware wallet, but ultra compact and pretty cheap as well. With the link in the description, you can get $5 off. There is free shipping to the US and the UK, I believe. Oh, and also Japan. I've got one of these. They sent me one for free, and I've been having a little play around with it, and it's really great, really convenient. And if you're looking to up your security, definitely worth checking out. We've got this here from Pixel Plants NFT, created by none other than community legend Doc Bob D. Good news, everyone. Along with giving out the weekly high score rewards this week, the Flare site, that's pixelplantgardenflr.netlify, .app, has been updated with a new UI, that's a user interface, and seed is now available for sale, and this is the asset that you can claim. And anyone that's holding a Lucky Claw NFT can also harvest some of this seed asset. Doc Bob D's created a really great project here, and you can actually play games and earn rewards for getting the highest score of the week. So I'd highly recommend checking that out, and you can follow them at pixelplantsSGB on Twitter. Before we wrap up here, obviously we have the Flare Community Coin Phase 2, actually, which is still going on. You can find that at the website, theflarecommunity.com/mint. 70% of this phase still going, and the reason that I mention this is because I will be making the game public. We've been playing this a little bit with some of the YouTube members and the Patreon members, but I've just added some quick updates, and basically now anyone can initiate the game, and it's basically a guessing game, and it's a lot of fun. You know, you've got a chance to win some FCC, and yeah, I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. This is just a little fact to end the stream on, and that is that inflation of the total FLR supply and also SGB will actually trend towards zero. Now, we saw a big reduction last week after the first year of the Flare network operating. The inflation has been reduced from 10% down to 7%. And, you know, this is something that I think a lot of people are sleeping on, right? Because after the 3 years of the Flare drops, after the FLR supply or the inflation is reduced, you know, it's going to trend towards zero. And what does that mean? It means that the people that got in early are rewarded. And for me, you know, I have a lot of belief in this network, these revolutionary protocols. And for me, it's all about just accumulating as much as I can and compounding that during this early stage, because the rewards that you're getting now, they're not going to stay around forever. So, you know, I think it's super interesting, you know, because if you accumulate enough early and the actual price of the asset increases substantially, then all of that rewards and all of that yield that you're getting also multiplies, right? So I'm sitting here hoping, as I'm sure many of you are, that these protocols, these very unique protocols, are going to be used in the future and change the game of crypto, because at the minute no one is building bridges like Flare. And, you know, the idea of the FTSO and on-chain Oracle, we've got F assets coming. The code base has just been released by Flare Labs. I'm extremely optimistic, and I think the people that stick around will be rewarded. Obviously, that's not financial advance, all that good stuff, but yeah, I'm here for the long run, and I hope that you guys are too. So that pretty much wraps up this week's news. If you are interested or a member of the Patreon group or YouTube channel, sorry, just the Patreons, if you do want to come over to the Discord, we always have the weekly chat on Mondays, maybe for an hour and a half. Hope you can make it. It's always good fun to interact with you guys and have a good old chinwag. If not, we have the generic chat for everyone else on Thursdays, so everyone is welcome to that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just want to say a big thank you for watching and subscribing and liking, all of that good stuff. It really does help out the channel. I'd like to hope and wish you guys have a great week. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.
We have liftoff.